What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 27 and today's topic will be on the methods. So how to define methods within struct context. Okay, so method will be defined within the struct context, sorry. So if I say like this, it will be not going to help you. So what I'll do, I'll just try to write the codes and then it will be much more easier for you to understand. But before I start writing the code, so I'll show you how to do that. So I'll be going to define one method using only one argument, and I'll be going to show you how to use multiple argument within your method. So there will be two like coding exercise or coding hands-on, so you guys will be able to understand what is the difference. Okay, so without wasting much time, let me just open my ID and let me just create the struct. So user like this, and I'll be going to say age I32 like this. Okay, and after that I'll be going to use the same thing, but before that I'll be going to create a method within this struct context. Okay, so for doing that you have to use IMPL keywords using and after that you have to use your struct. Okay, and after that you have to put like this, and within that you have to define your function or method. So now this is not called as a function, it will be called as or known as a method. So let's say we'll write down print or display age. So display age, I'll be going to just display this age of this struct. Okay, display age, and within that I'll be going to use self. So whenever there is only one argument, so definitely it will be this struct only, so we have to use self, and the return will be some integer, as I'll be going to print or display the age, so it will be I32, and after that I'll be just going to use like self dot age. That's it. So it's done. Now I'll be going to write down the main function m like this, and after that I'll be going to put this brackets, and within that we'll define our I'll be going to create the instance of this struct. So it will be user underscore 1. It is going to be user, and there will be only one member, so age is going to be, let's say, 30. Okay, and now how to call this method. So for that, print ln, so it will be like this. So age is okay, and after that you can put comma, and what it'll do, so this instance is the instance of this struct. So if I use this thing like, okay, so it will be semicolon. So if you use user underscore 1, and after that if you use dot, you will get this method, access to this method. So you can easily, if you after dot, if you put d, you see you will get this thing. So you have to just put like this. So okay, what will happen now? So if I run this thing, it will print this age, but age is coming from here actually. So it is going to return this age, and this age will be coming here from this method, and it will be printed here. So let's save this thing and let's write this thing. What happened? I'm not sure. Yes, so let's run this thing. Some error, struct expected okay, struct user, okay, some problem here, strust, so it will be t actually, I forgot to put t here, so that is why the error. Struct, let's save this thing. So I always do typos. So okay, so see, age is 30 I'm getting. So if you change it to 50, and after that if you save it, and after that if you run it, you will get 50. So let me tell you what is happening here. So we are creating one struct, we are declaring one struct here, and after that we are creating the instance of this struct, and within that struct construct we have created one method. So this is the method actually, and this is created within the struct context actually, not construct. Sorry, I'm just very bad at using some words. So it is context of the struct. So this method is created within the context of this struct. Okay, so you have to understand this thing. Okay, So for doing this thing, what you have to do, you have to use this impl keyword, and you have to use self when you are not having more than one argument. For only one argument, it is self. Self means the structure struct is or the structure is himself, okay, or by default the struct. So using the dot after self, you can easily access those struct members of every variable, okay. So this is one way of doing this thing. So let me put this thing here using one variable. So next thing will be using multiple variable. So how to do that using that multiple variable? So for example, now my job is to identify whether this age is greater than like you have a criteria to define whether this person is eligible for doing something or not. For doing something, you have a check, okay. So that check is maybe, let's say, you have a check for let's say age of 50. If the age is greater than 50, that person is eligible. So if that person is eligible, you want to return true. So guys, actually there is some problem in between my so my video and network got like, I'm not sure what happened. So I somehow recovered the old recording. So what I'll do, guys, so we have just completed this part actually, like using one argument. So I'll be now going to use the second argument. I believe I have already covered like what I was speaking, like there is a condition. Let's say your age is 30. Now you have to compare with some age, and if your age is greater than that, you will be eligible. If your age is less than that, it should return that not eligible. So that time I'll be going to use more than one argument. So how to use that? So first thing first will be, first let me clear everything actually, okay. So I'm going to use the same thing, struct struct user, okay. So there will be one age, and it will be i32 comma, and after that I'll be going to use impl, and I'll be going to use user, and I'll be using this, and after that we'll use fn. Then I'll check eligibility with two arguments. One is self, and one will be, let's say, check underscore age, and that will be i32 variable. And here I'm not sure what will be this. So let's say it will be bool only, boolean. It will be, if it is greater than, then it should return true, and if it is less, then it should return false. And we'll be going to compare with this thing. And but before that, let me just write down this thing, fn for this, and after that we'll be going to like this. And now we'll be going to create let user underscore 1 is going to be user, and inside that we'll use age equals to 30, and this, okay. And now we'll write let x equals to so this user one is an instance of this struct, so it can easily access this function using dot, you all know. So it will be user underscore 1 dot eligibility. So it is going to be how to use that one. So one thing, for self we don't need any argument, but for other thing, for doing this check we need argument. So let use some check underscore age is equals to, let's say, i32 is equals to 50, okay. So I'll be going to use that one. So it will be check age, okay. And if x is true, means if it is greater than, so print ln age is eligible, okay. And if not, there will be one else condition, okay. Print ln is simple, age is not eligible. So this is just small use case I'm just defining. So I have an age of 30. I'm just going to compare this with 50, but while comparing this thing, I'll be going to use this method which is already created within the struct context, okay. So check everything is fine. Now I have to put down the return statement over here. So it will be like self dot age greater than check age. So definitely if I compare this thing, if this side is greater, then it will going to return true, and if it is this side is less, then it will going to return false. So if it is x is false, so this condition will be triggered, and if x is true, this condition will be triggered. So right now the age is 30, so 30 is less than 50, so definitely it is going to return false. So we will get this answer, age is not eligible. So here what is happening, initially we are only use this self thing, okay, without any like only one argument, but basically here no argument was there. So you can call it as an only one argument, but actually this is called as a multiple argument. So if you have only one argument, which is self, you don't need anything. If you are having one argument, then you have to push this thing here, but you don't need to put self over here, because this is the instance himself, right? So you cannot like you cannot call yourself by yours. So this kind of a concept, just remember this thing. But here what is happening, this eligibility is actually getting this some values from the body of the structure, which is the struct himself, and after that it is getting some additional argument which is being passed from here actually. So let's save and run this thing. Okay, see, age is not eligible we got. So let's change this thing to 60. Sorry, I did something. No, let's change this thing to 60. Okay, and after that let's run this thing again. See, age is eligible. So this is very simple thing, but guys, this is some of you already understood this thing, but many of you may be thinking that why I'm doing this small things, why I'm doing this, why I could have done this thing using some more complex other use case. But guys, if I do those use cases at the later stage, if I do this thing at the time of doing the actual use cases, that time it will be very difficult to understand, like why to use only self, why to use different things, what is the use of implementation, IMPL keyword, why you use this thing, this sort of things. Okay, so that is why I thought of creating this thing here. But later on in some advanced topics, when you are going to dig deeper inside some more complex use cases, that time also will be going to use this thing, and that time we will explore more things. But as I told you, the initial like 30-40 classes will be the basics, foundation of the Rust, and that time I'll try to give you as much different aspects of all the Rust components, so that you can easily dig deeper using this like different coding reference and examples, whatever I am just teaching you guys. So that is the only thing. And but before I end this topic, just a humble request, guys, try to do some sort of practice, or else definitely you guys will forget. You can see these things are start getting complex, or gradually we are moving towards some more complex topics. So it will be useful if you do some sort of coding by your own. First, grab a pen and paper, write down the concept, like memorize within yourself, then try to write down this thing in a simple English language, and after that try to implement this thing using code. But if you do not follow this thing, just writing or watching my just watching my videos, if you're thinking that just watching my videos are going to help you in the future, that is not going to happen. After some time you definitely forgot. So just remember one thing, when you are watching my video, this is actually you are getting some input towards your brain, and after that if you do not implement this thing, or if you are not going to create some sort of output from the input, that input will become some sort of like some sort of like unused thing, and unused thing will be lost in the memory within a month, or within a day, or within a week, or within a year. So this is not going to help you. So whatever you are learning from my video, you have to use this thing, you have to write your own code, then only it will going to help you. So enough of talking, guys, we'll see you in the next video. But don't worry, I'll upload this codes, like this codes, and let me just copy this thing first. Okay, so I'll forget, because last time actually I forgot, so it's better to copy this thing here now. So don't worry, I'll upload this source code and the PPT as well, so you should not miss anything. And also I'll provide the GitHub repository link. Okay, so everything will be provided, just you have to watch the videos carefully. After that you have to grab pen and paper and write down your logics and build a new piece of code, or whatever you can do. You can write down the same codes, but do it by yourself, not copy pasting. Then actually you'll think that you learn actually something. Okay, so that's it guys, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day. If you have any question, suggestion, please feel free to write me. If you are watching our channel for the first time, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon so you should not miss any notification. If you want to share our channel with your family, friends, or your relatives, it's fine, you can do it. We always want to reach a larger audience. And thank you very much for all the Udemy students for purchasing this course. It's actually helping me a lot, and same applicable for all of you. If you guys are having any doubt, question, please feel free to write me back. I'll always available in Udemy to answer your queries. So once again, have a good day. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and happy learning.